ethical principles. Number 3, accessibility and inclusivity. First, we have the clarity. When writing a clear and concise manner that is accessible to a wide audience, including those with different levels of technical expertise and language abilities. We have an example here. When writing a user manual for a new agricultural tools, use simple language and avoid jargon that may be unfamiliar to some users. Or let's say, use clear or simple language so that all users, regardless to their background, can easily understand the instructions. Avoid technical terms or jargon that might confuse people who are not experts. Second one is the inclusivity. Use inclusive language that avoids discrimination and promotes diversity and equity. Inclusivity means using language that respects and represents all people fairly. We have an example here. Avoid gender-biased language and use terms that are inclusive of all genders, races, and ethnicities. Number 4, social and environmental responsibility. This involves thinking about how the information you share affects society and the environment. Sustainability. Consider the social and environmental impacts of the information you communicate. Promote sustainable practices and responsible use of resources. This includes promoting sustainability by encouraging actions that protect the environment, use resources wisely, and support the well-being of communities. The goal is to share information in a way that promotes positive social impacts and environmental care. Example, when writing about a new agricultural technology, discuss its potential environmental impacts and consider its long-term sustainability. Next one is the public good. Use your communication skills to promote the public and contribute to a more informed and responsible society. Example, write articles or blog posts that educate the public about important agricultural issues such as food security, climate change, and sustainable farming practices. Number 5, professionalism and accountability. Competence. Maintain a high level of professional competence and strive to improve your skills and knowledge. This helps ensure your work is clear, accurate, and professional written. Next is accountability. Take responsibility for the accuracy and ethical implications of your communications. Carefully check all technical information before publishing and correct any errors promptly if found. Ensuring your content is accurate and trustworthy. The last one is integrity. Adhere to ethical principles and maintain your integrity in all your professional interactions. Avoid plagiarism by properly citing all sources and never misrepresent data or findings. Even if pressured to do so, maintaining honesty in all your work.
Good day everyone. I am Cholo Andresi Salvador, your next presenter. So, avoiding plagiarism. So, plagiarism is a serious ethical violation that involves presenting someone else's work as your own. So, to avoid plagiarism, first, cite your sources. So, properly cite all sources of information including quotes, paraphrase information, and ideas. Number 2, use quotation marks. So, enclose direct quotes in quotation marks. Number 3, paraphrase carefully. So, when paraphrasing, express the information in your own words and cite the original sources. So, lastly, use plagiarism detection tools. Utilize plagiarism detection software to check your work for unintentional plagiarism. Promoting accuracy, honesty, and transparency. So, first, fact-checking. So, verify the accuracy of information before including it in your communication. So, you must double-check. So, data integrity. So, ensures that the data is collected and analyzed ethically and accurately. So, number 3, transparency. So, be open and transparent about your methods, sources, and any potential biases. And last, disclose conflicts of interest. So, declare any potential conflicts of interest that could influence your information. Addressing social and environmental responsibility. So, first, sustainability. So, consider the environmental impact of the information you communicate. So, promote sustainable practices and responsible use of resources. Next, social justice. So, address issue of social justice and equity in your communication. Third, ethical consumption. So, encourage ethical consumption and responsible food choices. And lastly, environmental awareness. So, promote environmental awareness and responsible stewardship of natural resources. So, let's proceed to our next presenter.
Grammar-focused ethical and unbiased language. This section outlines key principles for ethical communications. Number 1. Avoid stereotypes, means refrain from using language that reinforce harmful stereotypes or contributes to discrimination against any group. Number 2. Use inclusive language. Employ language that is welcoming and respectful to all genders, races, and ethnicities. Avoid gendered terms unless specifically necessary and use inclusive alternatives like they, them, instead of assuming gender. Number 3. Avoid offensive language. Do not use language that is offensive, derogatory, or hurtful. This includes slurs, insult, and any language that could be considered inappropriate or disrespectful. Number 4. Be mindful of cultural differences. Recognize that language and communication styles vary across cultures. Be sensitive to these differences and avoid using language that could be misinterpreted or offensive in a particular culture context. Application or conclusions. Writing and ethical report. This sections applies the above principles to the task of writing report on the environmental impact of a new agricultural practices. The key points are: number 1, accurately represent data. Means present the findings of your research honestly and objectively regardless of whether the results are positive or negative. Transparency is crucial for ethical reporting. Number 2, cite your sources. Properly cite all sources of informations used in the report, including research studies, reports, and opinions from experts. This ensures the credibility and accountability of your works and avoids plagiarisms. Number 3, consider diverse perspectiveness. Include the perspectives of all stakeholders involved, such as farmers, consumers, and environmental groups. This provides a more complete and nuanced pictures of the environmental impact, acknowledging the various interests and concerns involved.
Good day, our viewer. I am Joretti Sarvayon, your reporter on the remaining application of ethical consideration in technical writing. So, let's dive in. Let's dive into two critical applications. First is promoting sustainability and using unbiased language. And first, we have promote sustainability. So, ano nga ba ang promote sustainability? It says that technical documents like reports on agricultural practices don't just inform, they shape the future of our planet. Here's how to embed sustainability. First, we have highlight long-term impacts. Compare short-term gains. Example, high yields pesticide with long-term consequence. Soil degradation or water pollution. Resource transparency. Explicitly state how a practice affects natural resources. For example, this irrigation method reduced water use by 30% compared to conventional systems. And last, call to action. Adopting crop rotation can improve soil health for future generations. So, as a continue to our critical application, we have the last, and it's use unbiased language. So, we have avoid generalization. Farmers don't understand technology. With access to training varies across farming. So, it says that not all farmers can understand a new technology. So, we have called extension workers so they can help our farmers to understand more on our new modern technology. And use gender-neutral terms, agricultural workers instead of farmers and their wives. So dito naman, we have gender equality, so not all male can be a farmer but also a female. And acknowledge diversity, recognize cultural differences in practices. For instance, traditional knowledge complements modern techniques in many regions. Or as we say, unbiased language builds trust and ensures your message resonates with all stakeholders. And as a conclusion to our report, ethical technological communication isn't just about rules. It's about responsibility by being honest, fair, accurate, and respectful. Strengthen credibility in our field and drive sustainable decision that protects resources. And last, foster inclusivity, truthful language. And that's all. Thanks for watching. For more tips on ethical communication, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Share your thoughts below. How will you apply this principle in your work? And that's all.